we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
We in here to vibe. What is going on, y'all? Hey, good people. What's going on? What's going on? I see happy birthday all up and down the chat, baby. Who birthday is it? Who birthday is it? Who birthday is it? Is Valerie's birthday? Valerie, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Valerie, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Get jiggy with it. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Valerie. Happy birthday, baby. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know. Y'all better hear me singing happy birthday, baby. Y'all, it is Monday. It is Monday. It is Monday, and we're going to have us a good time, okay? We're going to have a good time. How y'all doing? Everybody doing good? Did everybody have a good weekend? Did y'all get back in the gate safe last night, honey, in the wee hours of the morning? Did everybody make it back, or did y'all get caught slipping out there, honey? Did y'all get caught slipping? Anybody? Anybody slipped and slide, slipped and slid all over the place? I hope everybody is doing good. Big shout out to my members that's lit up in green. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey. Appreciate you guys so very much. Thank y'all for showing up. Hit that thumbs up button for me. I have 173 in here, and I have 100 thumbs up. I need a few more thumbs up for me, please. And share this live, share this live, share this live. She said, I ain't never leaving outside the gate. Girl, I hear you. Child, sometimes you got to, though. Why am I right here? I just came on automatically. What did I do? Oh, I had to put my fan on. She says, my weekend was good and lazy. Yay. Ain't nothing wrong with having a lazy weekend. She said, thank you all for the birthday love. You are so welcome, honey. You are so welcome. Thank you, Tawana, for being the first super. I don't know. I think you're the second one. Oh, yeah. Sonia C beat you to it. Sonia C was the first one. She beat you to it. Then Tawana was the second. Thank you guys so very much. Yes, yes. Is it two people's birthday or just one? She said, hello, everyone. It's my birthday, too. I'm 60 years young. Oh, happy birthday, Barbara. So we got a 48-year-old today and a 60-year-old today. Okay. Let's go, baby. What is this? The last day of March. And we got some birthdays. Okay. Whose birthday is tomorrow, April Fool's Day? Oh, my goodness. Who would want a birthday on April Fool's? I mean, you know, you can get away with a lot of stuff. Pull a lot of tricks on people, I guess. She said, I'm sitting here on my nice, plush, clean bed in our mansion in the gated community watching Amoira. What's better than this? Okay, girl. That's what I'm talking about right there, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we got an interesting conversation for you guys today, okay? And it was inspired by a video on YouTube that I came across. Actually, one of the guys that I follow did a commentary on the video. And I said, that's interesting. That's right down my alley. I want to do commentary on it as well. So I'm doing that today, you guys. And the topic is why people file for divorce when they're really not ready to move on, or they're not ready to move on, okay? So basically today is about breakup regrets, okay? Breakup regrets, divorce regrets, breakup regrets. Have any of you guys ever broke up with someone and you regretted it? Broke up or divorced someone and you regretted it? Anybody? Come on, I need you guys to tell me the truth now. Don't be ashamed. You broke up prematurely and you regret it. Anybody? Anybody? Okay. Thank you for telling me the truth, baby, because you know everybody will be like, hell no. I meant that shit. Hell no. You know? So Red said me. Okay. She said me. Anybody else? Oh, look at Tinkers. Thank you, Tinkers. She said, hey, Amoira and LOUDTalkerz family. It's the end of the month. Let's send our girl Bang. I think she mean let's send her out on a bang. Super chat party, $1, $2, $5, any amount counts. Thank you, Tinkers, girl. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Tinkerbell. Now I told her don't do this, but she did it anyway. I said, don't bring in the Brinks truck. But I appreciate it. I do. Thank you, girl. She said, I broke up with my ex. Do I miss him? Yes. Do I miss his foolishness? Hell to the no, no, no. Okay. All right. So Red said that she had a breakup regret. Was it from a divorce or just a regular relationship? Let me know, Red. Anybody else besides Red? Did they regretted it afterwards? She says, I wasn't ready to let go, but the best thing was for me to let go. So yes and no. Okay, okay, okay. So you saying you regretted it, but it was the best thing. Okay, I get that. And you know what? I'm with you. I'm with you because I had regrets too. I don't know if I told y'all about this, but I filed, and he probably listened because he know about my channel or whatever. So he said he gonna chime in every now and again. So I filed, but I didn't take it down to the court to process it. I went and filed, and I didn't take it to the court. However, we got into an argument afterwards, and he took it to the courts. Okay, so even though I filed for the divorce, he signed that shit. Is what I'm saying. He signed it. And I didn't expect him to sign it. Okay. But anyway, that's a whole nother story, baby child. But that's been over 20 some years ago. So trust and believe he has been out of my life for a very long time. But we are cool, actually. We just got off the phone with each other not even too long ago, So anyway, but I'm only saying that to say there's nothing wrong with that. So Tamik said me too. Okay. So you regretted it. Was it a boyfriend or was it a husband? Okay, she said a divorce. Okay, so you filed for divorce and you regret it. Anybody else? Because this is actually common, you guys. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into why people do it. And we're going to get into the emotional, strain from doing it. So let's talk about it. This is a real life type of experience. We jump the gun sometimes, right? Hey, media takeout. Hey, he said, just stopping in to say hey to you and the ladies. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? She said, Messy Monday. Thank you, Binky Bink, Kelly, Cheryl, Red, and Dion. Thank y'all so very much. Tinker leading the way. Okay, girl. Okay. She says, I broke up with my ex. Do I miss him? Or I read that one already. What's another one? She said, I didn't want my second divorce, but tell me once you out and I'm going to open the door for your ass. Okay, girl. I hear you. So you didn't want it, but you went ahead and said, let's go. Because if you don't want me, I don't want you. Okay. You don't want me. I don't want you. Let's go. Right. She said, yes, I was young and I wanted to party and didn't take the relationship serious. Okay, good. That's good, good, good. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that because that's important. We jumped the gun. We think the grass, listen, lady. We think the grass is greener on the other side, but we find out that it's just a shadow, right? Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you found out that it was just a shadow, right? She said, I wish I wasn't so quick to file for the divorce so quickly. I wish I would have gave it another shot. Okay, all right. Honest talk. She said, read mine. I read yours, baby. She said, a boyfriend from back in the day. Okay. All right. So Quisha, the scientist, said, I don't regret my divorce. My husband threatened to file for divorce when I found out he was cheating, but he was only making threats. When I actually filed, he flipped out. Best decision ever. Okay. Okay. She says, I regret and divorce. You mean you regret that you divorced or you regret and divorce? Which one? Oh, so you regret that you filed for divorce? Let me know. He wasn't a bad guy. I felt like he was just too young. Okay. Honestly, I love it. I love the honesty. She said, hey, Amoira in the gated community. Hey, girl. Hey, we back in the gates, baby. We are back in the gates. She said, my husband has been my only real boyfriend. Haven't had many. Okay. She said, hey, yes, sometimes I do miss him, but I know I should not. Okay, so you haven't let go yet, huh, Robbie? I mean, you probably have let go. Missing somebody is not saying you haven't let go, I don't think. We're going to talk about that too. She says, I'm late, but I have no regrets on the guy that I broke up with. Okay, I'm listening, but I'm still out feeding the homeless. Okay, Sharonda, good for you, girlie. Good for you. Kudos, baby. She says, no, I'm the one that got away. Okay, Keisha. I broke up with my boyfriend at age 19. When we met, I was 17 years old, and we later did a redo. And now I can say it's 36 years later, and we are happily married. My best friend. Okay. So y'all reconnected. Okay. So let's talk about what makes a person just want to up and do something like this, okay? You know, a lot of people, not a lot, but it is common. I will say that I looked it up, I did some research, and it is very common that people actually will file for divorce and later say, oh my God, what did I do? So before I get into the breakdown of everything, I want to put up a video of a young lady. She went viral because she went online and she discussed filing for a divorce. She said she's the one, it was her decision, all her decision to file. But when the judge, hold on. But when the judge signed off, baby, woo, it's almost like the jail doors closing. When the judge signed off and said, you are officially divorced, okay? When they said you are officially divorced, honey, all that emotion set in. And she took to the internet and started crying. Okay, so let's put her, I don't know her name, but we just gonna put her up. Hold on, let me move this and put her up right quick. And let's run it, okay, you guys, hold on. Let me go back this way. Here we go.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone.
Before we move on, is it an echo? Because it might be an echo on this one. I did not take into consideration. Let me know if there's an echo, and if it is, I'll change it up right quick. Let me know, do you hear echo? Let me know if you heard an echo. There was no echo? No echo. Okay, let's go. All right, let's go again.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him. And I've never loved anybody like him either. But I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
Okay. So did y'all hear that? She's very much still in love with the man that she filed a divorce against. She went to him and told him she wanted out of the marriage. It was all her doing. She wanted to be done. After the judge informed her, the courts informed her, you are now divorced, lady. You can go and enjoy your life. And now she is crying. She says she is lonely. She go everywhere alone. She's lonely and she wants her husband back. Okay? She is very hurt because she does not have the man that she was married to. All right? Let's talk about that for a second. Now, they set in, didn't it? That loneliness. What that song say? If you think you're lonely now, wait into the, what they say? Wait into the what? They say wait into the something. I don't know if it said wait into the night or whatever. But anyway, if you think you lonely now, baby, when that ink dries on that paper and you are divorced, right? All the cloud is gone. No more cloud, baby. You're going to be punching pillows. She said, wait until tonight, girl. Okay, wait until tonight. Wait until it's cold. Wait until it's hot. Okay. So we're going to talk about what brings this on, all right? Why the feeling of regret? And the fact that it is more common than people think it is, this is actually more common. And how I know, I went on TikTok and baby, it's like at least 20 women doing the same thing, crying. Now, men probably feel this way, and we know they do, and we're going to get into that in a minute, but they probably won't do no TikTok video. They will probably never do a TikTok video crying, saying that they regret their divorce. But there's about 20 women on TikTok right now that is bawling, crying, saying that they regret the decision of getting a divorce. Okay. Now we're going to talk about sometimes, or we're going to go in order because, you know, I'm going to jump the gun. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about why divorce regret happens. Okay. Why does it even happen? All right. Well, reality, we already said that the reality did not match the expectations, right? So most people think they're going to get a divorce and then they're going to just be out in the club and throwing it back in a circle and shaking what their mama gave them. They're going to be free to make all the decisions that they want. You know what I mean? They ain't got to cook for nobody no more. They ain't got nobody telling them, no, you can't do that. No, I don't want you to do that. No, 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 right? They think they're going to be free. They think it's better single than it is married. Now, for some people, that is true now, you know, some people it is better, right? Robbie said she wanted him to fight for her and or she wanted the man to treat her like the first, when they first met. We're going to talk about that. We are definitely going to talk about that. We're definitely going to talk about, but the expectation did not, or should I say the reality of the divorce did not match the expectation, okay? They regret it because they instantly received emotional whiplash. That, oh shit, I didn't expect that. What the hell? No, I didn't think it was going to be like that. I thought all these men were going to be tripping over their feet to get to me. I thought all these women were going to be tripping over their feet to get to me. I thought I was going to be balling. I thought I was going to be looking good. I thought I was going to be whatever you thought. Whatever you thought. But she said she lonely as hell. She go to bed lonely, go shopping lonely, go to the movies lonely, go wherever lonely. She's lonely, all right? So why divorce regrets happen? Well, because they start missing their companion. Listen, when you get to know someone, right? Now it does take a minute to get to know somebody, but baby, every year counts, right? Now, if you've been in a relationship 5 years or longer, you start to kind of, you know, get used to having that person around, you know, whether they get on your nerves or not. You're used to them being in the house. You're used to y'all going out together, kissing, making love, you know, eating together, just being around each other, right? Being each other's companion, all right? Even if it was healthy or not. You miss it. You like, damn. How many of y'all have broke up in a relationship and you miss arguing with that person? You like, damn, or even not even broke up, and I don't want to bring back no bad memories, but what if the person, you know, went to heaven, right? He's no longer around. Don't you miss the companionship? Don't you like, dang, if I just had one more day, I miss, you know, being around him. I miss arguing with him. I miss fussing over the small things. I miss the little itty bitty things that used to get up on my nerves. I miss him leaving the damn seat up in the bathroom, just little things, right? Quirky things that you actually miss about a person that you're no longer with. It starts to set in, right? You miss that person being around, okay? Another reason the divorce regret happen or whatever is because a divorce is just like a loss. It's absolutely like a loss. So guess what? Grief is going to come, and it's going to come in different waves. It's going to start off like this. Grief goes in phases. It's going to start off like this and then goes a little bit further, right? She said, Amoira, this live is hitting home. Ooh. So I don't want this to trigger nobody, but baby, honey, let's talk about it. Because people do not talk about this. They be so quick to say, I'm done with you. And that's me, baby. I'm about to divorce you queen. I was always talking about, I'm done. I want out, right? But, you know, doing this live right here or even thinking about it made me think, listen, baby, because some of these people going to take you up on it and say, okay, You didn't threaten me 1, 2 freaking many times. Okay. I'm signing the paper. All right. All right. But divorce regret happens because, like I said, divorce is a loss. And that grief comes in and it goes in different waves. You might be good today, and by Friday, you're gonna be toe up. That's why you see some divorced couples, they happy and then they emotional. They happy and then they emotional. They happy and then they're emotional. Okay. All right. Another one is regret making a rash decision, right? Because when we're angry, when we're upset, what do? We get very impulsive without thinking. We act without thinking. So we go and file the divorce or whatever because we're mad. I'm mad. You go file for that divorce. And then when you're no longer mad, you start thinking about it and you say, oh shit, I filed for a divorce. You understand what I'm saying? Right? And we're gonna get further and further into this because baby, it's one thing about filing for a divorce, but when you make that divorce public knowledge, nigga, you gotta stand on that shat. Okay, you gotta stand on that. All right. So anyway, let's continue. Also, divorce regret is because grief and unfinished business. Oh, I already talked about that. Listen, if you feel like you have not closed the chapter, some people call it closure, right? If you have not gained the closure in that relationship, you're going to feel it later. You're going to feel it. Another regret is the fear of the unknown. Am I ever going to get married again? Is anybody ever going to want me? What's going to happen? How am I going to adjust to my new life? How hard is it going to be? How many years do I wait? Do I wait 5 years to get into another relationship? 10 years? You know, by then, will anybody want me? You know, right? And then if you have children, you instantly can regret a divorce because of co-parenting challenges. You're no longer in the house full time with your children, right? You're no longer there. So you start saying, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not around my kids. I'm used to my child coming in there and waking me up at 7 o'clock in the morning saying they want some cereal or whatever. But now they're not here and I only see them every so often. And baby, who really wants that? Who really wants to be away from their children like that, right? On a full-time basis, right? So let's talk about when you do make that decision and you start regretting. So for the ones that raised their hand and said that they regret the breakup or a divorce, let's talk about, is it really that you're missing them or are you missing the comfort you once had, right? You was just comfortable, right? A lot of people sometimes they are just settling because it's comfortable. They're stagnant because it's comfortable, right? They don't want to face or make any changes because they are comfortable. So now, are you really missing the person or are you missing the comfort you once had? She said, baby, it was them for me. Okay. Robbie said it's them. Red, what was it for you? I think you was the other one that said that you actually miss or you regret it. She says, I regret getting married. Oh, you just regret getting married altogether. Well, damn. What about you, Red? Do you regret, do you miss them or do you miss the comfort you had with them, right? Whether they cooked for you or cleaned for you or, or was your driver or fixed things for you or just made you feel safe and protected. Like, do you miss them or do you miss the comfort that you had with being with them? And let me ask you something, Robin. You said you miss them. What is it about them that you miss? Do you miss the actual person or the routine? Or the familiarity? Familiarity, how you say that word? Okay, I don't think Red is in here no more. She must be at work. She said, yeah, me too, regretting getting married. She said, I did not regret the divorce of my first marriage. I was more than ready to be done. Okay. She says, being emotionally safe. Okay. So is that what you miss? Being emotionally safe? So did he protect your emotions? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just missing the identity as a couple? Because a lot of people just want to be married, right? They're like, oh, I just want to be married. I want to be in a relationship. And now that I'm no longer married, I just miss the idea of marriage. Some people want to just get married just because the idea of marriage, right? The idea of marriage just feels safe, right? So do you miss the idea of the relationship, or do you actually miss the individual? So it sounds like you're saying you miss the individual. Oh, she said, yeah, he listens to me. Oh, well, that's pretty cool that you had a guy that listened to you and you didn't say, why'd you break up with him, Robbie? You just jumped the gun. She said, my relationship was not good, but I regretted it for the wrong reasons. I went from having help with my disabled daughter to doing it alone until my husband came along. He helped until I left. Oh, so, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying you regretted it because you had to kind of go through a little suffering by taking care of your disabled daughter on your own. And you're saying, damn, I just wish that I would have stayed with him for his help. Is that what it sounds like you're saying? That's what it sounds like to me. You regretted getting divorced because you wanted him around to help you. So that's that comfort right there. He added something to you. He helped you. But the marriage per se, that's not something that you wanted, right? You wanted the partnership, but not the marriage or the relationship. Okay, let's talk about some signs right quick. Let's talk about some signs that a person regrets the decision of filing for a divorce. Okay. All right. Well, let's go down. It's a long list. Lord Jesus, there's a lot of signs. She says this don't only happen in marriages, but boyfriend and girlfriend relationship experiences the same regrets too. Yes, understood, Ryan. You're absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to not say marriage, but I'm trying to say relationships. But if I say marriage, just know I'm talking about relationships too. I'm talking about relationships too. She said, yeah, I stuck to taking days off from work, losing jobs. Oh, okay, I got you. The relationship I'm talking about, he cheated on me. Oh, and you regret breaking up with him? You might have did the right thing. But you said you feel like you did the right thing, but you still regretted it, right? Okay. So let's talk about some signs. Now, I'm going to mention some, and I want you guys to help me out, though, okay? If I don't mention it, or if you think of one before me, drop it in the comments. But I'm going to drop some signs that a person regrets their decision of filing for a divorce, all right? All right, let's talk about, and now I'm going to talk on two different levels. I'm going to talk different signs in general, and then I'm going to talk about signs that we see here on this here internet, okay? So in general, right? When a person is constantly bringing up, y'all already know that, they're constantly bringing up the memories of the family or some type of throwback, special moments, vacation, trips that you guys had or stuff like that or whatever, right? When they constantly bringing up the other person, that is a telltale sign that they regret breaking off the relationship. No person, and I need you guys to totally understand this, no person that really wanted to be away from another person, whether it was a breakup or a divorce, will constantly bring up the other person, okay? When you are done, you may bring up them every now and then and say, oh, God damn it, I'm glad I dodged a bullet. You might say that, but you're not going to, hey, TC, what's going on, baby? You're not going to put a lot of focus on that, because when you really want out of a relationship, you want that person out of your mind too. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you are co-parenting, you want very little to do with that co-parent, that other parent, okay? So if you really, really, really wanted a divorce, right? You filed and everything, you really wanted it, you would not be bringing up the other person. The fact that you can't stop bringing up the other person is a telltale sign that you regret your decision of filing for a divorce. Okay. I already said, okay, so some people, well, this one is too general. That's I'm not gonna talk about that one. Okay, so anyway, so constantly bringing up a person. Okay, you ever notice somebody that always say things like, I'm living my best life. I'm happy being single. This single life is the bomb. I'm enjoying this life. This is the best I ever live. Stuff like that, right? Overly doing it. Overly talking about how happy they are, right? That is actually a tell sign that they miss, or not miss, but they regret the divorce. You want to know why? Because it's considered forced happiness. Being overly positive, right? Or, just so joy that they're out of the relationship. That is a tell sign that they regret the breakup, okay? They regret the breakup. They're just trying to put it out there to trick their own damn mind. And sometimes we do that, right? We exaggerate how happy we are. Oh, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I love this life. I'm happy here. This is just amazing. I wish I would have been here 10 years ago. I'm saying constantly saying that, constantly saying that, constantly saying that. Well, you just forcing it, baby. Okay. Constantly hashtagging no regrets, single woman, single man, single life. Honey, forced happiness. That's a tell sign that your ass regret your breakup. Okay. Another thing, I'm not gonna say that one. Excessive focusing on the ex, stalking them, monitoring them, making posts, passive aggressive posts, reflecting on different things down the line. We've seen that on this here internet. Always bringing up old shit, old screenshots, memories, and just always making subtle comments about their ex. Always making subtle comments about their ex, whether it's good or bad, But here's another one. I didn't even think about this one. When I saw this, I was like, oh shit. This one says, saying things like, let me see how they say it. Fake support for the ex. Fake support for the ex. So fake support for the ex is, I'm happy they're in a relationship. I'm happy they're moved on. I'm glad they finally moved on, right? With a sarcastic tone. Or I wish them nothing but the best. Oh my God. Y'all, this shit is textbook. This is textbook. Have we heard that at all? I wish them nothing but the best. Huh? Have we heard that at all? Have y'all ever heard anybody say, I wish them nothing but the best? Fake supporting their ex. I'm happy they're gone. I'm happy they're in another relationship. I'm glad they moved on so they won't have to think about me. I'm glad. I mean, this is great. Amazing, right? She said, girl, I ain't never said I'm happy he moved on. I was miserable as fuck. Well, listen. But fake support of the ex is a telltale sign that a person has not even not, but they regret their decision, okay? If they, well, of course, if they publicly regret it like this young lady, that's a telltale sign. They come out and say, oh, I thought I'll be happier. I thought life would be greater. I just don't know what I was thinking. If they come out like this publicly and say it, then of course that's a sign, all right? But let me think of some more. We got posting old photos. I think I said that when they post old photos, trip photos, vacations that they had, and even if the ex is not in the photo, maybe them and the kids, and they like put dots or circles or X on the ex's face or something or whatever, trying to get some type of attention. That is a telltale sign. If they say things like, this is going to affect the kids, the kids need both parents. The kids need both parents to do this. The kids need both parents to do that. The kids need both parents to do this. That's a telltale sign. Any other ones, you guys? Oh, here's another one. Oh, this is a big one. the reluctancy to move on. Okay, when you see the person not wanting to move on, whether get into another relationship, date somebody else, say, I'm not ready yet, I want to be single more, you know, I just want to be single, I don't want to move on or whatever, right? Because they're secretly hoping that the co-parenting relationship that they have will lead them to reconcile, okay? So when you find someone that's reluctant to move on, whether it's to get into another relationship or just, you know, move on, you know, they're like, no, I'm happily single right now. I just want to stay single. I want to stay single. I want to stay single, right? Because they are holding on to some type of hope that they may be able to reconcile, okay? Um, oh, here's another one. Ooh. Here's another sign that the person regrets the breakup when they become visibly upset when their ex spend time with their new partner around their child. Okay? So if you have a child together and your ex spend time with another woman or with your kid and you're mad, that is a telltale sign that your ass was not ready to move on. Because guess what? 9 times out of 10, if we are ready to move on, we are not about to get mad that our ex found another girl, or if we are men, our ex found another woman to be around. We're not going to get mad about that. And we understand in relationships, when you move on and you have a child, your child will have to be introduced to another person. But if you're still being salty and bitter about your ex being around another man or another woman, then you are feeling the way about the breakup. Okay. Another one is if um they start feeling jealousy or resentment in their ex creating new family experiences, right? Taking trips, taking photos, doing Christmas or whatever, any type of new family experiences without them. If they are acting jealous or resentful, then they were definitely not ready to move on. If they start saying things like, hey, you know what, our child missed seeing us together, we need to start doing more family gatherings, we need to do some Thanksgiving or Christmases together because our family, you know, our child is really missing seeing us together. They saying that that is a sign that that person was not ready to move on. All right. And then the struggle to define boundaries in co-parenting. Now there are boundaries in co-parenting, right? And a few of the boundaries are, well, you don't have access to that person like you used to, right? You can't just pick up the phone at 12 o'clock at night and be like, hey, what's up? You don't have those privileges no more, right? So when you're co-parenting, there's strict guidelines that you have to stick to, you know, especially if that person has moved on in another relationship. But the boundaries that you once had, right? You may have had some type of boundaries to where your old mate or whatever listened to you and respected you, appreciated you and showed you that or whatever. Those now you no longer have those boundaries. They don't have to listen to you. I mean, if anything to do with the child, yes, you guys are supposed to communicate and respect each other when it comes to the child. But anything outside of that, they literally can be like, I don't want to talk to you about nothing that don't have anything to do with our child. I don't want to talk about the weather. I don't want to talk about the finances. I don't want to talk about nothing if it don't have anything to do with our child. You know, all those other privileges are out the door. So when the partner struggles to respect the boundaries in a co-parenting relationship, that just means they were not ready to let go. Okay. I want to go back up for a minute because I skipped a big portion. All right, so let me ask you this: for the two people that said that they regret the relationship, did the other person move on? Because I think in this clip right here, I think she said this guy moved on. Let me see. Hold on. I think she said he moved on.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce.
Okay, so it sounds like he didn't want to talk to her because she said I hardly talk to him anymore. So it sounds like he doesn't want to talk to her after the divorce. It sounds like maybe it would ended up on a bad note. You know what I mean? Like she wanted it, he didn't, so he doesn't talk to her anymore. And now she's sad. I guess she wanted them to be best friends or something.
So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either. But I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband. The court.
Okay. So now this right here is going to be a oh, thank you. Who just sent me a tip? Valerie, thank you, girl. Valerie just made some loud noise up in here with that $10 tip. She said support you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you so much. So now we about to get down to the real nitty gritty. Thank you, Benita. She said, hey, Amoira, I caught you on time. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's talk about why people jump the gun and file for a divorce when they know their ass is not ready. Why do they do it? Why do they do it? Why? Huh? It's so many reasons, okay? One, they can become emotionally overwhelmed, right? They could be in an argument, an intense argument or whatever, and then they lash out because they angry and they go foul and say, I'm done, and they can go foul, right? So emotionally overwhelmed, or it could be because of an ultimatum or a threat, right? Some people file for divorce as a way to make a statement. They issue an ultimatum, hoping to force their partner to change something, right? If you don't change, if you don't do this, then I'm divorcing you, right? So they make a threat. They want something out of it and they think it's going to force that person to go and do it, right? They may not truly want to leave, but they just want to prompt a reaction. Some people really file for divorce because they want a reaction, right? Then it could be external pressure from family, friends, even social media supporters. They may encourage the divorce. You may not even want a divorce, right? But your family and your friends is telling you this is what's best for you. You don't need to be with this person. You need to leave. Things are not going to change. Come on, right? It's only going to get worse. So you receive all that pressure and you like, wow, you know what? They may know better than I do, right? You may not even really be ready at all, but you do it. Some individuals proceed with a divorce to gain validation, you know, and especially in this social media world, they got this thing going around. Oh, I stand on business. You know, how many times we've heard that? I stand on business. I'm standing on business, right? So some people do it for validation or to avoid judgment, right? They just want to be validated. Ooh, he did what he meant, or she did what she meant. She's standing on business, all right? Some people file for divorce because of lack of conflict resolution skills. They don't know how to work shit out. They don't know how to resolve conflict. They don't know how to communicate effectively. So filing for a divorce seems like the only viable option. We can't get along. I don't know how to fix this shit. It's over with. I'm done, right? Some people don't want to go to counseling or therapy, right? They don't want to explore other options for resolution. Some people file for divorce for the fear of being hurt further. They already hurt, right? They feel like, they're the end of their wits, and they're like, you know what? I don't want to be hurt no more. So they want to protect themselves from further emotional harm. All right. Whether they was abused or betrayed, the guy cheated on them, or the girl cheated on them. They just want to protect their feelings. Okay. Even though they still may be in love with their partner, their fear of being hurt again can push them to want to just end the relationship prematurely. Some people they file for divorce for a desire for control. Divorce can feel like reclaiming control in situations where people feel powerless, particularly in relationships marked by manipulation or neglect. Okay. However, this can still sometimes be a reaction rather than a carefully considered choice, right? Because you literally can go to counseling and work things out, but you're like, no, I don't want you to control me no more, right? I don't want you to control me, so I want to be out, right? Some people subconsciously believe that filing for divorce will make their partner wake up and fight for the relationship. And I do believe I've seen that in the comments that some people want their significant other to fight. They want them to fight for them. They want to hear, baby, please don't do this. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. Right? But this can be a risky emotional gamble, right? And it may not lead to reconciliation. Woo! That's a deep one, right? When someone files for divorce because they want the other person to beg for them, fight for them, chase them, plead them, right? Please, baby, don't leave me. Please, please. How many of you guys have ever been in a situation like that? Whether you were the beggar or your significant other begged you to stay. Anybody? She said, very true, and that backfires. Ooh, baby. How many of you guys have ever been in a situation like that or even seen a situation like that? When they have misguided hope, they go and file for divorce with the hopes of you begging them to withdraw or to take it back. Sometimes that shit just don't end right. Right? Anybody in the comments? I don't see anybody. All right, well, let's move on. Don't seem like anybody ever experienced that. Another reason is inability to envision change. After years of unresolved issues, people may lose hope that the relationship can improve. Even though they're not ready to move on, they may feel that divorce is inevitable. Like, man, this shit ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Like, it's not going nowhere. Like, we wasting our time here. Like, what's up? We're wasting our time, right? Another one is self-sabotage. Individuals with low self-esteem, low self-worth, or unhealed traumas may sabotage a relationship by filing for divorce, believing that they don't deserve the happiness or fear eventually rejection. So some people are like, man, this is too good to be true. I don't deserve all of this. He's going to leave me one day. She's going to leave me one day. So I might as well just go on and do it now. Now that comes from trauma. It could be childhood. It could be old relationships. Just don't want to be rejected. So they leave first. Now I know a little bit of something about that, honey, right? They would end the relationship first for the fear of someone ending it with them. Okay. They just want to be the first to do it. Man, let me go on and do it. I know eventually the relationship is going to end, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and do it because, I would rather kick them to the curb than for them to kick me to the curb. All right. That's that self-sabotaging. And then another reason why people prematurely file for divorce because the pressure from a new relationship. In some cases, people may enter an affair or an emotional entanglement and file for divorce without fully processing the implication, right? Without thinking like, oh shit, I thought that we was about to be together. Me and you about to be together happily ever after, right? But once the initial thrill fades away, they may realize they were not ready to move on from that relationship. Okay. Some people have unrealistic expectations. Some people believe that their life will automatically be happier post the divorce, right? When they face loneliness, financial stress, or co-parenting challenges, they may realize that they were not truly prepared to move on, right? Because that financial stress hit, you don't have that partner there no more to pick up the pieces, right? You got to figure that shit out on your own. You got to figure out how these lights gonna stay on your own, right? Because 2 incomes is better than 1. When you're going through a divorce and you thinking everything is gonna be better after the divorce, and you realize you only got that 1 income, baby, it might make you shake a can or something. I don't know. And then here's another one: temporarily emotional relief. Filing for divorce can provide a temporary sense of relief or empowerment. It may empower you. Like I did something big. I filed. However, once the emotional fog lifts, once it goes away, the reality of the loss and the fear of rebuilding a new life can lead to regrets, baby. So I didn't even know filing for a divorce can make you feel empowered. How many of you guys knew that? How many of you guys thought you ending the relationship or you filing for a divorce made you feel empowered? Made you feel like the woman, the woman. Made you feel like you were the boss because you filed. Anybody? Or you broke up? How many of you guys have broke up with someone and it made you feel empowered? Like, damn, I called that shot. I did that. I led that train. I was the one that walked away. I filed. Huh? Anybody? Anybody? Hey, Sean. So sometimes we can prematurely file for divorce without truly being ready, right? Without truly being ready to move on. She says, me, I am so proud of myself. Oh, you ended the relationship, so you felt empowered. You ended it, you like, I'm out of here. And no regrets, though. Do you have any regrets? Okay, Sean, do you have any regrets? Anyway, it says, ultimately, filing for divorce without being ready can stem from unresolved internal struggles. Therapy, self-reflection, and open communication can help individuals navigate their emotions and make more intentional decisions about the relationship. Now, let's talk about how to handle that shit, right? What happens now? What happens when you done prematurely jumped the gun and filed for divorce or ended a relationship that you was not ready to end? What happens? What do you do? What do you do when the person don't want you back? Like this young lady right here. What do you do?
Notified me that my final decree and divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him. And I've never loved anybody like him either. But I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband.
Okay. So she's in love with her husband. What should she do? Well, one thing that she's doing is acknowledging her feelings, and that's what you're supposed to do. Acknowledge your feelings, right? Don't suppress the regret, go through a therapist if you need it, go to some friends if you need to, journal, but acknowledge that you're hurting. Acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge that you regret what you did. Don't suppress it. Don't think, oh, it's just going to all of a sudden go away, right? It's going to go away. Don't do that. Express your feelings. Don't suppress your feelings. Acknowledge that you're hurt. You know, if you got to cry, do what you got to do, go to therapy, right? But forgive yourself, right? Regret is a sign of growth. If she regrets that, that means that that's a sign of growth, because some people will never admit, that they miss or they regret doing what they're doing. There's some people out here that will never, ever, ever say that they made a bad move, that they should not have done that. Like, God damn it, I shouldn't have done that. I lost my whole family. I should not have done that. Some people would never do that. But regret is a sign of growth, okay? Use it as a learning opportunity. Forgive yourself and use it as a learning opportunity, right? To where you would never do that shit again. Like, God damn it, I had all this and I jumped the gun because of this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. Use it as a learning opportunity and never ever do that again, right? And then establish new routines. She says she's lonely. She says she come home lonely. She go to bed lonely. She wake up lonely. She needs to now establish new routines. Create something positive that she could do to reduce her emotional reliance on the past, because that's what it is. She missed the comfortability that she once had with her husband. She can join a gym. She can join a church. She can join some type of organization, volunteer somewhere, go get another job, go get involved. Honey, find something new for you to do, baby, because I don't think he's coming back. He gone. Child, he gone. He gone. All right, he gone. And hey, that's what you got to do. You have to forgive yourself, acknowledge your feelings, forgive yourself, and find something else to do. And also focus on self-growth, right? Self-growth can be eating healthier, reading books, going on trips, getting to know you, stretching, meditating, doing what you got to do. Self-growth, learning to be more secure and not insecure, right? Self-growth can be a lot of things, a lot of different things, but take the time or whatever to rediscover yourself and build on you, whatever's lacking. If you are a narcissist, work on your narcissistic behavior. If you are a liar, work on stop lying. If you got a few extra pounds to lose, go to the gym. Just work on your self-growth or whatever. If you're insecure, find out what makes you insecure. If you have anxiety, work on your anxiety, right? You have fears, face your fears, all right? And then don't rush back to your ex without serious reflection. But if your ex is gone and already, in another relationship or whatever, I would just not even go that direction at all. But just don't make that same mistake. If you get into another relationship, sometimes you got to cut your losses. You lost this one. You did something that you shouldn't have done, but instead of just beating yourself up, cut the loss or whatever. Realize, okay, I messed up. It's just like having $100,000 and you lost that $100,000. You can't cry over spilled milk. The $100,000 is gone. You can rebuild it back up, but it might take a while, right? Just like a loss in a relationship. That person is gone. Just work on, yourself or whatever, to when you get back into another relationship, you don't go play those childish ass games that you was playing before, right? That made you now regret your decision because that was a childish ass game. Now, here's another segment. Can a reconciliation be an option? Now, I think I've seen only one person down in the audience say that they broke up prematurely or whatever, and they regretted it, and then they end up getting back together. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else that broke up prematurely, playing childish ass games, right? And they regretted it, and then they got back together. Is reconciliation an option? Well, it is. So it is an option. However, you have to understand, if you reconcile, it has to be a healthy choice for both of y'all, not just for you, right? It needs to be a healthy decision or a healthy choice for the both of y'all. She said, I broke you 30 years ago in 3 marriages now. I broke you 30 years ago. I broke up. I don't know. Say that again, Sean. Say that again, baby. Okay, so reconciliation is an option if you seek professional counseling before going back into that decision, setting clear expectation and boundaries, knowing what's best before moving forward, you know, and see if there's any signs that your partner have grown and can rebuild a better relationship, right? Before you just jump back into it, right? But most time, depending on the reason why you broke off the relationship, reconciliation may not be an option, especially if that person that moved on and then met somebody else and had a couple of twins, okay, had a couple of children, child, probably not going to be no reconciliation going on, okay? But some people do break up with the hopes of reconciling, okay? Some people do that. They were hoping that they can get back together later, but it doesn't not always help. I mean, does not always work out. All right. Now, last but not least, you guys, sometimes you got to accept that shit and move on. Sometimes you got to accept it to move on. So, guess what? When you have done something like this, you have jumped the gun, you have filed for divorce, you have broke up with your man, you have broke up with your woman, right? Because you thought that you could play games, right? Because they say if you play silly games, you win silly prizes, right? So if you did something and you fumble, that's what we call it. You fumble your relationship playing silly games, you will have to, deal with the consequences. And that is acceptance and move on. And of course, this is after there's no option for reconciliation, right? If there's no option, meaning that person that moved on, then, in another relationship and got a set of twins, there's probably not any option for reconciliation, okay? But anyway, you have to accept it and move on. Embrace the reality of your decision without punishing yourself. You chose to be away from your wife, your husband, and the children. You made that decision. You know how the old people say, you made your bed, now you got to lie in it. Have we ever heard that before? Raise your hand if we've heard that. You made that bed, now you have to lie in it, right? Well, that's the same when making butthole decisions, okay? When you make a butthole decision, you have to embrace it. Embrace the butthole, the reality of your butthole decision without punishing yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Stop beating yourself up. You did it. It happened. It's done. Okay? Accept that shit and move on. Right? Celebrate new milestones, no matter how small they are. Celebrate new milestones. Find closure without even reconciling. Stop thinking that, this ain't gonna never end, this ain't gonna never close, it's gonna be going on forever. No, you got to find closure. You have to find closure in order for you to be able to move on. All right. Understand that healing is a non-linear process, baby. Go and try to heal your ass. Go on and do it, baby. Go on and do it, right? You have to build a joyful and purposeful life after the divorce. You have to. All right. She says, I dated this guy, which was my boyfriend 30 years ago. He got it together, came back, and we are married now for 3 years. Sometimes you have to move on. If not, change for the better or move on. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if it works. I do know I have another friend that they were together. I think they were college lovers or whatever. And then they broke up. And then they married other people, had children and everything. And then his wife died of some type of illness. And they ended up bumping back into each other. And now they're married over 20 years together now. So yeah, you can do that, if y'all both available, you know what I mean? Pack your bags. We're finished. You made your bed. Now lie in it or whatever Beyonce said. Yeah, no. Sometimes you got to just say, damn, I messed up. I jumped the gun. I went and ended the relationship. I filed for the divorce. I kicked that person out. I did this and now I regret it. But guess what? Just pick up the pieces and move on. Accept that you messed up and move on. All right. pretty much, you know? So what's the takeaway from here? This is more common than not, right? Filing for a divorce or breaking off in a relationship and regretting it is more common than not, okay? We learned that. We learned that there's different reasons why people do this shit. And to be honest with you, it's all dealing with manipulation, okay? We said that, I mean, we can go down the list of what we said, but we named off about at least 10 to 15 different reasons a person will file for divorce or end a relationship. But it's all about manipulation. They want something, or they want to see a change, or they want to threaten you, or they want to ultimatum, or they think the grass is greener on the other side, or they want their freedom, or it's all manipulation and selfishness. Okay. It's all manipulation and selfishness, right? Or they may have pressure from their family or their friends telling them that you're no good for them and you can have better and you will live happily ever after. And your Prince Charming is looking for you and he's going to come pick you up and, you know, on a horse or whatever, ride you off into the sunset, right? Exactly. Manipulation and control. No one said relationships are just so peaches and creams. It takes work. It takes a lot of work. Okay. And it will be times in your relationship where you will be tested and you may want to end it, because ending it, how many times have we heard throwing a towel in is easier than working on it? How many of you guys have ever felt like that? Damn, it's easier just to throw the towel in and walk away. It is easier. It's easier to say F it. Hey, sister teacher, she said, hello, ladies. I hope I'm welcome into the gates. Yes, you are welcome in the gates, baby. How many have just said it's easier to just throw this away instead of going to counseling and trying to figure each other out, trying to work things out, trying to straighten things out, trying to learn how to talk, how to learn how to, you know, respect each other or whatever, right? How many of you guys have said, F it, I'm out. I'm sick of going round 1, round 2, round 3 with you. I would rather just throw the towel in and walk. Because believe it or not, it is easier to say, deuces, I'm out, than to putting in the work. Putting in the work. She said, my mom and dad divorced when I was 48 years ago, and they have been back together for 5 years now. Oh my God, wow. You know, I'm going to tell you something, Nisi. My grandmother told me, if two people was once together, the only thing that's keeping them from getting back together is another person in the relationship. Like, the only thing that's keeping them getting from back together is if she has another man or if he has another woman, if they are in another relationship. But as long as they are both single, there is nothing that says, oh, hell no, they're not going to get back together. Okay? You know? Well, I mean, it's probably not the way I explained it, but she basically said the only thing that keeps two people apart is another person. Like, if you was once in love with that person was once in love with you, you guys can get back together again. The only thing that keep you apart is another person. Okay. Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you. She said he has had 3 wives in between. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Mercy, honey. He wanted your mama, honey. He wanted your mama back, baby. That's what it was. He wanted your mama bike. So, but what else did we learn? We learned that, again, manipulation and control. Sometimes these things can happen out of manipulation and control. But if there is no option for reconciliation, what did we learn? You have to accept it and move on. Accept it and move on. Work on yourself. Find something better to do. You know what I mean? And we also learned the signs of a person that was not ready to move on. Now, y'all remember when I first came out a while ago, I told y'all that I have an auntie that had been divorced for 24 years. She got it, well, now it's probably 26. But she was divorced for 24 years. She got a divorce when her son was 4 years old. He was 28 2 years ago. Now he's 30, but he was 28. And we would go out to eat, and the whole goddamn conversation would be about her ex. And I thought that was something strange because I said, why is she talking about him as if they just broke up and they've been broke up for 24 years? Have y'all met anybody like that? Have you met anybody that it's been years since they got in a divorce or years since they broke up in a relationship, but they are still talking about their ex even after all that time? Anybody? Raise your hand if y'all know of someone like that. Robbie said, I can't let go of. She said, I remember you told us about your aunt. Yes, remember that? And I thought it's so strange. I'm like, and you kind of want to tell her, auntie, like, come on, move on, right? But you don't want to be rude at the same time because you know they still dealing with something, right? But you like, what? I wish I would sit at a dinner table or lunch table and talk about my ex of 24 years ago. Like, I wouldn't even remember what he felt like inside of me or whatever. Like, I would, excuse me, he just would not be a thought on my mind. And I had another girlfriend, or I mean, I have another girlfriend that she still has her ex photos in her phone. One day we was talking and she said, girl, his daddy is fine. And they had been divorced for a while, but she still had his photos in her phone. And I'm like, you carry your ex photos in your phone? Because I wouldn't. Raise your hand if you have a picture of your ex in your phone. Those are telltale signs that your ass regret the breakup. Okay. I don't even have my daughter's father. I have my daughter's father on my Facebook page, because I mean we've done co-parenting shit together, right? But in my phone, hell no. I'm sorry. I don't want to see him like that. You know what I mean? He's married, but wished we were still together. And his now wife knows it. Shaking my head. Oh shit. Well, that's probably why y'all not still together, because he's married. But if he wasn't married, he would probably want to be back with you and probably will put forth effort to reconciliate. How you say it? Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. Reconcile with you. She said stalker vibes to have ex pictures, but my friend had her ex-husband in her phone and he's married. Her ex is remarried already. And she married too. They both remarried, but she still carried his picture around on her phone. I thought it was kind of weird. She said, child, that's a sign of mental illness. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. She says, I got rid of everything my ex bought me so that I don't have the memories. Now, I didn't get rid of everything, but I did get rid of, like, I got rid of most things, but my daughter, I wanted a picture of us um for my daughter. So my daughter has one picture of me and her dad and I, and she actually put it in a frame and sleep with it by her bed. She literally, like, my husband is on my ex-husband, oh Lord Jesus, my ex-husband is on a photo right now upstairs on my daughter's nightstand, and she's 23 years old. And even though she loves Jay's her stepdad, she absolutely loves them. I mean, they love each other or whatever. But she still has me and her dad on a photo in her nightstand. But she took it to college with her and she just always had it. But my husband is not, he's not worried about that. With saying that, let me put some up right quick. Let me show you what type of bond they have. This is my now husband. This is Jay and my daughter. They had a call this morning with the college that she's going to, and they were on a Zoom call, and I just took this because it was such a moment. I was just like, oh, look at them, because he's very much her father. Now this is real father game right here, baby. Let me show you something. Let me show y'all some real father game shit, because this is not her bio father, but he's been in her life since she was 6. Now, wait a minute, I just airdropped it. Where did it go? Oh, here it goes. Oh, sorry, I can't do it like that. Oh, yes, I can. Where is that? Okay, so I guess I can't do it like that. All right, let me do it like this. Oh, I have to stop showing the screen. Okay. So they was on a Zoom call together. Well, let me bring it over. Well, that's hella weird. Okay, I don't know why it's doing it like that, but I'll do it like this. They were on a Zoom call talking to the college. Look how invested my husband is. He's with her. Now, this is some real father game type shit right here, right? He's going through, with the counselor, and she wanted him there. She wanted him to do this with her and ask him the important questions about the school she's going to be going to. My daughter's going to become a nurse practitioner, and she got accepted into two different universities, and she wanted to interview both universities before she accepted it, right? Well, she got accepted into three, but one she turned down, she didn't want to do. But the one that she is going to do, they offer her a $65,000 scholarship, but she had other questions. So my hubby and her, both of them name is J and J. One is Jalen, but we both call him JJ, J. Anyway, but they both sat down and had the Zoom call with the administrator or whatever to go over everything. And I took a picture of them, and he came back and explained to me or whatever, because my patients are, I asked too many questions for one, and my patients are thin if I don't get the answers, and they didn't get all their answers. They got to have a second call. Let's just say that. So, because the lady was not able to answer everything. And so he does that type of stuff with her. That's real father game that type of stuff. I just feel like when you are in love with a person and y'all are together, y'all a team, it's not a your child, his child, my child type of thing. It's our child. You know what I'm saying? So when we hear people say your children, your child, your child, your child, your child, your daughter, your child, your son, your child, then you know what I mean? You got to start side eyeing people. You know what I'm saying? He's been in her life since she was 6 years old. You can't tell Jay that ain't his daughter, honey. He'll fight you. He'll fight you, But at any rate, her daddy and I talked on the phone right afterwards. We were all in the room. We was laughing because once we found out how much her school's going to cost, I said, "Well, which one of y'all gonna open up what did I call it? A OnlyFans page?" So I called him up on the phone and I was like, "Hey, which one of y'all gonna open up an OnlyFans page to pay for the rest of her school?" He said, "Well, me and Jay can do it together." He said, "I'm sure some women out here that'll take us on." This is my ex. Like, that's the type of relationship we have, right? It wasn't like this all the time, but it had to grow there. But he said, me and Jay can do a OnlyFans together, and we can tackle it together, but we're gonna get her college paid, right? Her college is going to get paid. But he was like, "Hey, tell Jay to open one. I'm gonna open one, and we're gonna do this shit together." But he respects my husband, and my husband respects him. And she calls both of them dad. Both of them is dad. Both of them is dad. And guess what? When she get married, both of them gonna walk him down the aisle. And he said something today. He said, "Amoira, I need your help. I need your help." I said, "What's going on?" He said, "I need you to keep reiterating to our daughter that she ain't married no buster." I said, "You already know Jalen's not married no buster." He said, "Listen, she's going to be a nurse practitioner. She needs to raise the bar." This is her daddy talking. This is the daddy in Dallas talking, right? He said she needs to raise the bar. She don't need to just be going for no anybody. She about to be a nurse practitioner. She need to raise the bar. I said, "Okay, okay, okay." And then I'm like, "You listening to your daddy?" She said, "Yes." I'm like, "You understand what he's saying?" She said, "Yes, Mom, I understand." I said, "Okay, your daddy have spoken." You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, I just wanted to show that because We don't have no malice and no meanness, no hatred, no bitterness, no evilness in our family. You know what I'm saying? That's when it comes to co-parenting and loving on this child. She's 23. She's the youngest one, right? She's the youngest one. We ain't got time for that. And I jumped the gun and divorced him. And one of my reasons for doing it is because I wanted him to say, I'm a change. I ain't gonna call you out your name no more. I'm not gonna disrespect you no more. I wanted to hear that from him, but that ain't what he said. But again, he's 10 years older than me, one, and this was over 20 years ago. I filed for divorce from him when she was only 4 months old. She was 4 months old. And, we talked about it later on down the line, but by that time, once I healed from all that or whatever, and it took me a minute, but once I healed, it wasn't no coming back for me. I was done. I was done. But I had to put in the work. I had to do self-help, or whatever. I had to rebuild my self-esteem because, baby, being rejected, it don't feel good. How many of you guys have been rejected, broke up with, divorced, or whatever the case or whatever, and it made you feel away? Anybody? Anybody? She said, a united front. Absolutely, 1,000%. And he said, we're going to get this done. And then I said, are you going to be there? Are you going to come for dorm move in? Or you just going to do orientation? He said, no, I'll be there for dorm move in. He said, you and Jay can do the orientation and then we could do the dorm move in together, or I could just do the dorm move in. And I said, okay, we'll do orientation and you'll do, because it's a week apart. So, but knowing me, I'm probably going to do the dorm orientation and the move in. Knowing me and Jay, we probably going to do both because that's how we are. We're going to be there for a whole week. We're going to go to the orientation and we're going to be right there for the dorm move in. Because she's going to be many, 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 many miles away. And I'm going to cry. Because I just found out that she's leaving next month and I don't like it at all. That's too damn soon. Not next month, April, but next month, May. And I thought she was going to be with us at least until August. So to find out that they said in order for her to get the scholarship, she has to leave. She has to start in May. And I'm just like, oh shit. You know what I mean? It's just dropped the whole bombshell out the sky. She said, it truly takes a village, and look how well adjusted your baby is because of the healthy co-parenting. Yes, honey, you can't tell her nothing. Listen, when me and Jay, if we get into an argument and we try to ask her a question to try to get her to side with us, she says, keep me out of it. I'm not getting in that. She's like, Mom, don't do this. Don't do this, Mom. I'm not going against you and I'm not going against Dad. My daughter would tell us that in a heartbeat. She ain't getting it. Now, my son will side with me every chance he get. But my son was already kind of, he was already raised pretty much when he met Jay. So he's siding with me. He don't matter. He going to see it my way. But that girl right there, she don't want to get in it. Because she'll side with Jay, to be honest with you, before me. But in order not to hurt my feelings, we're not going to be able to do that. I just thought about that. Oh, my God. Hold on. I just thought about that. Oh. Hold on, y'all. Oh, my goodness. Jalen. Guess what I just thought about, baby? We won't be able to go see Beyonce. Okay. She says she's coming downstairs. Jalen, what we gonna do?
Look at the academic calendar. I told Dad I need to see Beyonce, so it's either I'm gonna have to plan this real right. It's not a guarantee we won't see Beyonce. If I see what my schedule looks like, I'm either gonna fly to Houston, go see Beyonce, and be right back in Boston.
Okay.
Or have my ticket go. Somebody
myself?
No.
Me and Jay can go together, but
somebody needs to go see her. Because if I'm not going, somebody's going to
Beyonce. I wanted you to go with.
So did I. So did I. That's why I was trying to push it to fall, but
Mommy.
yeah, yeah. So hopefully it fits in the schedule.
But you think they'll let you off for a day?
Well, it's Sunday, so I'd have to see what
Fly in and fly right back out.
I'd have to see what Monday looks like. Like maybe there's
When will you know? When will you know?
Probably for the next week.
Okay, the next week.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to make it work.
Yes, I hope you can make it work. I just thought about that girl. He gonna think I'll buy her ticket if she can't go. I'm showing I took a picture of you and Jay doing the Zoom call.
Is she still going to see Beyonce?
Yes. I'm on live. Love you. My daughter looked up at the screen and said, "Why am I on there?" She didn't even know I was on live. She read the comment, "Is she still going to be able to see Beyonce?" I said, "I'm on live." She was like, "Oh." She said, "Y'all will work something out." Oh my God, I didn't think about that. She said, "I love her like you, Amoira. She's so sweet, girl. Sweet, smart, intelligent. You know what I mean?" We always say she's our smartest child, and she really is. But we love all of our children. But honey, her head is swivel, is on straight. You hear me? I'm talking about that girl right there. Now we already got a daughter that's a nurse. She's an RN, and she's going to do the nurse practitioner program too. You know, but this one right here, she didn't want to do the nurse, and then she's still doing the nurse and then the nurse practitioner, but she's doing it all at the same time. Like she ain't taking no breaks 3 years straight. Whereas my other daughter, she did RN and she working as an RN for 3 years, and then she's gonna go back to be a nurse practitioner. But this one right here, she's like one shot, one kill. She said, "Mama, I want to do it because if I stop, I'm not going back." And that's how she is. She's like, "No, Mom, I want to get it over with. I want to do it." Now, she already has 2 degrees right now. She has a degree in psychology and a degree in neuroscience. So she has a neuroscience. Oh, she said she coming to Boston. Oh, you heard her, huh? I didn't want to say it, but it's okay. Shit. Yes, she will be in Boston, many, many miles away. Yeah. She'll be in Boston. Many miles away. But anyway, she's like one shot, one kill. She wants to do it all. Like, so she will literally come out with like I said, she has 2 degrees, and she will have an RN degree and a nurse practitioner degree when she's done. Yeah, so y'all keep my baby in y'all prayers, honey. And I might come on sometimes feeling all sad and lonely because I just loved her being in the house. I just I don't know. I'm a very protective mom, especially on my daughter. You know what I mean? My girls, my son, he been out on his own for a minute. He's 32, But my daughter, baby, child, anyway. But she is definitely the brains in the house, honey. That's why she got a scholarship. She is definitely the brains. But anywho, but my husband, baby, them 2 right there, and they act alike. They don't like being late. They don't like procrastination. They don't like, they get mad at you if you 1 minute late, they mad. They ready to go. They prompt. They own it. They remember shit. You know what I mean? They be like, "Mom, you got a doctor's appointment today." I'm like, "No, it's not today. It's supposed to be Thursday." "Mom, it's today." I'm like, "God dang, y'all keep up with me more than I keep up with me." Anyway, but to say all of that, I even brought this up to basically say there's no hard feelings, no bitterness or nothing toward my ex. We worked all of that out, and I got me together and I moved on. So for anybody that is dealing with letting go, moving on in a relationship, baby, you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. Stop holding hatred over that person. That person is gone. It don't make no sense for you to still be angry and mad at a person. And if you want what's best, if you are co-parenting and you want what's best for your child, and you want your child to be healthy emotionally, physically, mentally, it behooves you to just move on and co-parent in peace for real, for the betterment of your child, because your child will know that you're holding on to resentment, anger, and hatefulness. They will know, they will pick it up. I'm telling you, they will pick it up. So this one right here, she can tell you, mommy and daddy did what they had to do, put all that shit to the side for her. Okay? He don't hate me. I don't hate him. When we have events, honey, we tackle that shit together. We tackle it together. It is all about her. She said, Amoira, that's why these hoes jealous of you. That's it, girl. Children is good life. Life is good. You have the whole package. Oh, yes, girl. Yes. I'm very protective of this one right here. She said, I'm so happy for you, Amoira. You are so deserving. Yes. All of our kids are successful, though. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. They're all successful. All successful now. You know, one of them looked like they were about to take a wrong turn. I had to get that joker back to God. I ain't even gonna lie. I gave that joker back to God, baby, honey. I said, God, this one yours, child. Yeah, I can't do nothing with this one, honey. And God handled it for me, but baby, I had to take my hands completely off for a minute. Lord. Mm-mm. She said, I don't have any bitterness toward any of my exes either. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I think you will get older faster trying to hold on to grudges and shit over ex. You know how I look at it? You know, don't look at it so much like they a bad person. Just look at it like God wasn't done with them yet. He was still molding them. You know what I mean? He was still working on them. He wasn't done with them yet. When he was with you, he was not done with him yet. You know? So that's how I look at it. But baby, honey, you can't, them two right there, you would think that would, and it's so funny because people be like, oh my God, you guys look so much alike, you know? And they just say, oh, thank you. That they're so used to saying it, oh, thank you. Thank you. They don't even be trying to explain no more. Because they say if you feed them long enough, right? But that ain't got right there. You will never ever hear this man say my stepdaughter or your daughter. Never ever. He'll never say those words. That's when you know. You know. She said Boston College is a great school. My niece had many choices and went with American University. You go, Jalen. She's beautiful and smart. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. She said you can mess up your mental, not letting go. Yes, and you can mess up your child's mental too. Being bitter and hateful. You can literally, and you may not think that you're messing up your child. You may think, oh, they don't know, they don't see it. You know, yes, they do. They do see it and they feel it. And this daughter right here, she don't let me put her in me and Jay's disagreements, which we don't have many, but you know, we've had some, quite a few, and she was around. And my daughter will walk. She'll say, okay, I'll be back. I'm going upstairs, or I'll talk to y'all later. She's not about to sit there and side with nobody. She's not even about to listen to. Let me tell you something. This one right here, one time we was going at it and we got a little loud. She just started crying. And she said, I don't like that. And we just looked at each other looking like damn fools. And I'm like, see what you did? I said, see what you did? And guess what he did? I'm sorry, Jalen, I'm sorry. I should not have yelled at your mom. I'm sorry. I was wrong for that. I should not have yelled at your mother. That's exactly what he said. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have done that. I was wrong. You know? I said, see what you did? See? She said, finally, I'm able to log on today. Hey, Sharon. Hope all is well with you. So yeah, anyway, but like I said, co-parenting, letting go. If you know, if you've made a mistake or if you was wrong in a relationship, forgive yourself. Whether you cheated or you just ended the relationship because you thought the grass was greener or whatever the case, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and move on. Forgive yourself and move on, because guess what? You can't forgive somebody else without forgiving yourself. If you don't forgive yourself, It's going to eat you up. You got to forgive yourself and move on. No matter what the reason the relationship is over, forgive yourself. Stop beating yourself up. She said, I did try to co-parent. It didn't work out at all. I should have left them. See, I forgave him. It went to the left. I was going through things and he was making apartments for court. What do you mean he was making apartments for court? But why you say your co-parenting didn't work out? Kids can make you feel like a child, make you feel as ignorant as ever. You hear me? Hey, believe it or not, our kids have checked us a couple of times. I told y'all one time, Jay and I sat down in the loft in North Carolina, and we looked at each other and we was like, "Look what we done did." That was the hell from the summer from hell. We was like, "Look what we done did," you know, our foolishness. But this was back in like 2000 and I think 2011. I think it was 2011. We was cutting up bad. We was cutting up, you know, we was really cutting up, trying to because we have a blended family. So we was competing the kids against each other. Like back then it was my son, my daughter, your daughter type thing. In 2011, it was rough. We met in 2008, and 2011 was our worst year ever. Ever. It was bad. It was real, real bad. It was bad. We was pointing out every little thing we could. You know, trying to prove that our child was the better child. Your son did this. Your daughter did this. Your son did this. Your daughter did this. Being in a blended family is not easy, but baby, it can work. If you stop being so dumb, childish, stupid, idiotic, you know. But it took us stop being so selfish and wanting things our way. She said, me and my first baby daddy had a good relationship up until the date. We have a good relationship up until this date, and our daughter is 33 years old. See, that's good. That's real good. That's real good. So anyway, yes, kids can make you, you know, because we looked at each other, and because he was 15 at the time, the 15-year-old son at the time. Now he's in Air Force, and he's a captain in the Air Force, but he cried and he was like, I just feel like y'all gonna get a divorce, and what good is it trying, you know, for us to try to get along with, you know, the step siblings or whatever. At the time he was saying step, but they brothers and sisters now. But he was like, why try to get along when y'all just gonna get a divorce anyway? And we looked at each other and we was like, you think we're gonna get a divorce? And he was like, y'all always arguing about everything. And we was like, damn. You know, because we did. We used to nitpick and bicker about everything. So that's why I know if my marriage can work, anybody's marriage can work. I ain't gonna say anybody, but we had control issues. We literally had a lot of control issues. He wanted to be my daddy. I wanted to be his mama. Like it was just, he wanted to control me. I wanted to control him. We were both military officers and we were both feeling ourselves. You know, we were both raised to where, you know, we didn't think we would get this far in life. You know, him being a country boy from Mississippi, me being in a foster care, you know, we both didn't see this life for us at an earlier age. And then when we got it, we thought we was the shit. I thought I was the shit. He thought he was the shit. Then we got together and we both wanted to bump our chest or whatever. And it was ugly. It wasn't him telling me what to do. It wasn't me being able to tell him what to do. So we both had to acknowledge that, like, we two imperfect people that's trying to be seen over the other person. And then we had to realize, like, what are we doing this for? Like, we have a good life. We're both intelligent people. We love each other. And the challenges didn't even start until we came back to the States, because when we was over in Iraq, we didn't have this type of stuff going on because we didn't have real life issues. We didn't have, you know, real life issues. When you are deployed, you're not dealing with what's going on back in the United States. You know, a lot, bills and kids and all other type of stuff. You're just at work, off work, doing your thing. Whoever you with, y'all doing your thing, right? We ain't have to worry about no kids and real responsibility, right? So anyway, that's a whole nother story, honey. I'll tell y'all about that one day, child. I'll tell y'all how me and Jay survived. I'm gonna do a live on how me and Jay survived. Hopefully he'll be in here too. See if he'll do it. He might do it if we have to be on camera. He's like, I ain't gonna be on camera. I'm like, why? I don't want to. So anyway, but yeah. Anyway, so did y'all like today's live about basically filing or breaking off a relationship when you ain't ready to leave, you ain't ready to say goodbye, but you're throwing deuces out of emotions, out of control, out of manipulation. Did y'all learn anything? So if anybody been threatened, I'm leaving you, y'all better think about this young lady. Let me put this young lady back up here one more time. And she ain't the only one, baby. If you go over to TikTok, you will see about 20 or so females that's literally crying, doing a video stating that they regret filing for divorce.
The court notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him, and I've never loved anybody like him either. But I don't want a divorce. I still am very much in love with my husband. The court.
Wow. And this take a strong woman to even say something like that. A strong person. That takes a strong person to say that. Now, I don't know if that would make him want to come back to her. It probably won't. Right? Because he probably feel that if they get back together, that, she'll get bored again and divorce him again. So he probably won't get back with her. But I bet you one thing, she probably won't go file for a divorce again from the next person or whatever. If she ever get married, if she ever get married, she won't go and rush and file for divorce without trying to work things out. Okay. So if you don't, or if you're not ready for a divorce, don't get a divorce. Okay. Even if you have to move out and separate. And they actually say this, you guys. They say separate for a year first. Separate. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with separating for a year. Agree to separate for a year or whatever. You go your way and he go his way. Do y'all know that some courts require that? Some states, and I'm actually surprised Georgia didn't, but some states say you have to be separated for a year before you can file. Have y'all ever heard of that? They say you have to be separate. And the reason why is because of this right here. It's because of this right here. I think it should be a law put in place that you can't get a divorce right away because people act out of emotions. I believe that they should say, every state should say 1 year. Unless they, in prison or something like that, then I think that'll probably be the only reason that they speed it up, right? But if you are, not in prison or whatever, and you file for a divorce, they should require you to be separated for a year because of reasons like this. She said, North Carolina required me to live separate for 1 year prior to granting the divorce. See, that's what I'm talking about. So are you saying Maryland requires that? Okay. If mediation goes well, they do make you wait a year if they see signs that they don't. A more off subject. Did I miss the raffle again? No, you didn't miss it because I haven't done it. I didn't have enough people. So I'm gonna hopefully I'll get it this week though. Hopefully. She said, Robbie, that's exactly what happens. Oh, let me see. She said, if mediation goes well, they do make you wait a year. If they see signs, they won't. Oh, really? She said, yep, I had to do it in Maryland. So let me ask y'all something. For those that separated for the year, did y'all, did you even try to reconcile or it was separate for a year and don't you say nothing to me and I ain't saying nothing to you? Because I believe in that year, if you try to reconcile, if neither one of y'all have moved on, you may be able to. But I wonder, was she separated for a year? But it says ex-wife is pissed at her ex-husband for moving on quickly after she filed for divorce. Now, I don't even know why they say she's pissed because she's not pissed, she's hurt. There's a difference. To me, it sounds like she's hurt. It doesn't sound like she was pissed to me. Okay, so that MF said, hell no. Georgia used to have that. Okay, so they used to have it to where you have to wait for a year. I wonder why they changed it. You being separated for a year before you can file, right? She said that's how it is in Louisiana. Yeah, so you should be able to because you know what? I gotta think about it. Because Robert and Brianna broke up in October and he filed in December. How the hell is that possible? That wasn't even 90 days. How is that possible? Can you do that? Man, she said we began counseling together, but he stopped participating. I continued therapy for a year. Hmm. She said, great live, Amoira. I couldn't engage, busy at work. Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Thank you, Miguel. I appreciate you guys for even tuning in. And if you so happen to come back and listen to this live later, because I do know that some of you guys are still at work, just make sure y'all comment replay in the comments for me. Okay. But how is 3 months, or not even 3 months, October, November, December, how is 2 months enough time to file for a divorce? She says a lot can happen in a year. What if one gets disabled and hold on for selfish reasons? I mean, but you can't hold on. Like if the person don't want to be married to you, you can't make them stay married. You know what I mean? She says if her ego filed and his pride signed the divorce paper. So you said her ego filed and his pride signed the divorce papers and they done. She said, yes, you have to be legally separated for a year and then file for divorce. How did they get away with how do you think they got away with saying that they've been separated? She said, Amoira, can you imagine counseling with them? A mediation probably was terrible. Oh yeah, girl. Terrible and long. Can you imagine our age in mediation? Girl, no. She said, Maryland is a year, so my lawyer had me file at 10 months because he said we'd been a year by that time we had to appear. Oh, okay. Wow. She said you can file during the separation, but your 1 year starts on the day y'all slept or lived together. And if you creep back, it starts all over. So you can literally tell them that you've been separated for a year. You can actually tell them that even though you have not. She said, I'm listening, driving, trying not to be late for work. Okay, I understand, D. Gotcha, baby. Be careful. So you can literally say, oh, we ain't had sex in a year. And then they'll just go ahead and grant the divorce. I mean, not grant it, but allow you to file it. Y'all ain't had sex in a year, honey. Y'all had some issues, honey. Because who don't have sex in a whole year and they married? Unless you got something like physically wrong with you. I would have wanted it over and done from our age by the weekend. Well, I think that he is suffering just like this young lady.
Notified me that my final decree of divorce has been approved by the judge. I know that it sucks being alone. I come home and I'm alone. I go everywhere alone. I don't hardly talk to him anymore. I don't blame him. I filed for the divorce. So I'm sure people are wondering, well, you filed. Why are you so upset? Why are you crying? Just because you make a decision that you think is going to end up making things better doesn't mean that you have to give up the fact that you love that person or that you did it because you were trying or whatever. I've never met anybody like him. And I've never loved anybody like him either. But I don't want a divorce. I
want to show you a few more of the women that now regrets it. Let's listen to a few more of them. I mean, it might be a TikTok trend. I don't know if I could come online and say that. What about you guys?
Do you want to become a miserable old woman? I don't think any of us do. You've seen those women out there. The women that are nattering and nagging their husbands, that are bitchy, that aren't nice, that seem to be so unhappy, and we think, oh God, I hope I'm never one of those miserable old women. That happens from raising a family, working, and then all of a sudden we're in our 50s and 60s and we have nothing. We don't have a life. We don't have a life separate from our family or separate from our husband. And so we resent everybody. I did it. Here I am on my new bed, my princess bed. It's amazing. I feel like a different person already. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and I'm not responsible for anybody anymore but me.
I don't know. Things aren't going that great.
I didn't know. I guess I did know. I would have this really strong reaction physically, trauma reaction to finding out that my estranged husband has been having a new relationship.
So she divorced her husband after 30 years, and she enjoyed it at first, and now she's mad because she done found out that he done moved on. Okay, let's listen to this one.
I did for, you don't know what my biggest regret of my divorce was? Letting the divorce dictate what I did for about the first 8 years when I started it. I literally let the court system filings, the motions, the attorneys, the judge, my ex, all the bullshit associated with him, and everything wrapped up in the divorce. I let that shit consume me so fucking much. It is my number one regret. My self-esteem was so low during those first 8 years. I lived and breathed trying to kiss a man's ass who hated my guts, who was always going to hate me, just so I could come across that our co-parenting journey was okay when it really was not. It was a shamble. It was a shit show. And I literally tried everything I could to make it perfect for my kids, when in reality, I was only causing more problems because I was showing my kids that boundaries don't matter, self-worth wasn't important, and that I could just, let someone fuck me up with their words. Don't be me. Take care of yourself during this journey.
Well, hers is a little different and sounds like somebody need to take heed. Okay, hold on. Let's go to. Oh, well, she had a different approach right here. This lady.
I'll never forget what my ex said to me. He looked me right in the eyes and he said, "You're going to regret this. You're going to get 6 months down the road and you're going to regret divorcing me." And you know what? He's right. I did have regrets, but probably not the kind of regrets he thought I would. And while I don't think it's healthy to dwell on them, I do think it's healthy to recognize them and learn from them so that we don't repeat them. So with that being said, here's what my regrets actually look like. I regret not listening to my intuition. I regret gaslighting myself. I regret not giving myself enough credit. I regret doing what I thought was best for everybody else but me. I regret not making my happiness and well-being more of a priority. And lastly, I regret not being strong enough to leave sooner. And though making the decision to get divorced was the hardest decision I've ever had to make, and it took me a long time to get there, I've never once regretted it.
So she said she regret not doing that shit sooner, and MF said I almost caught the Holy Ghost in court at my final hearing.
Leave him. If you're not happy in your marriage, leave him. If you go to bed every night and wake up every morning and wishing that you weren't married to him, leave him. I cannot tell you how many I hear from clients, from support group members, from so many women who are now on the other side of divorce. The number one fucking thing I hear is, I should have left sooner. That is the most common regret.
Well, hold on, y'all. Here's one.
Or separation or divorce. And some of the men did you sleep with during your days after your separation or divorce? And some of these comments had, one of them had up to 80 men in a short span of time. A lot of them were in the 20 to 30 range within maybe a 6-month period. And most of the women were cheering them on and shouting women empowerment and saying that this is feminism and women, taking control of their lives.
What's empowering about getting your back blown out by multiple men that don't care about you? We all know that women can get a hookup with.
Oh, I don't like that guy. All right, let's see what she's saying up here. She left her husband and instantly regretted it. Okay. He was being.
Did I divorce my husband? I divorced my husband because I was making a certain amount of money. I divorced my husband because I thought I didn't need him anymore. I divorced my husband because I had this senior position at work and thought I held the same position at home. I divorced my husband because I thought I was better than him because I had my degree now. I divorced my husband because I thought a successful marriage meant I was here and he was down here. That is not success. That's sickness. I found myself divorced and out there looking for love in all the wrong places. This one and that one and that one and that one and this one and that one. And my body count going up and my value going down. I'm just going to call it like a TI is. All the while, my husband had found somebody else building a relationship and building a life with them. I should have stayed married to my husband. I felt like I was on this dark road with no street lights, pitch dark, and I couldn't find my way and didn't know which way to go. I felt lost. I felt like I was walking barefoot on that dark road with pebbles and hot rocks sticking my foot. I felt hurt. I felt alone because every time he and that one and this one and that one left my bed, I was alone all by myself. Wow. And which was supposed to be soft and comfortable for me, my pillow, it was now filled with tears. I should not have left my husband.
Wow, what y'all think about that one? Damn. What do y'all think about that one? I gave him the divorce he wanted. Hold on, let me see if we got one more from a sister girl. Let's see who else regretted. Let's see about this sister. Let's see what she says.
For me to work, do the same, and just want a different life, day in, day out, and still have no resources. And for me to work, do the same, and just want.
Okay, I can't do the music. Hold on. Let's go back. Ex-wife regrets it. Hold on. I think this had music too.
Not at that moment, no. Like at that moment, no, I would not. I would, if it was me talking to me in that moment, I'd be like, no, don't do this. Do you see how you're reacting to this? Like you're so emotional. I can tell you don't have peace about this. Like I know that this is not where you're supposed to be right now. Like you give it time, be more patient, like wait till the dust settles. I definitely would have told me in that moment no.
Got it.
Lawyers, court systems win in this. No, families don't win in divorce.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Lawyers win.
Oh wow.
They win.
So Tyrese ex-wife regret getting a divorce? Wow.
Families don't win. You don't win when a family is broken apart. I think Jay-Z said this. He's like, nobody wins when the family feuds.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody. It's not a situation where somebody is a winner. But you basically when you get lawyers involved, there was a therapist I was speaking to both me and him, a marital therapist at the time, that when I told him my decision, he was like, when you get lawyers involved, it gets ugly. He told me that. And, I didn't even realize, I don't think I even realized how ugly it would get.
Oh, wow. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? What do you think about when the lawyers get involved and the wheels start rolling? Like, what do you think? Do you think it's too late to stop it, or you like, no, I didn't did it now. I didn't put it all out there now. I didn't file for the divorce. The lawyers are involved. I didn't pay the down payment for the lawyer. The retainer fee. It ain't no turning back. What do y'all think? Or I didn't already came out here and told social media that I'm getting a divorce. I'm standing on business, so it ain't no pulling back. What do y'all think? She says he was abusive and he shouted RH out. Who did? She said, yep, I heard that apparently they tell you not to communicate. What, the lawyers tell you not to communicate? She said, all men regret leaving a good woman. Ooh, baby. Cha. So, let me ask y'all something. Y'all know when you get a divorce, 9 times out of 10, they want $2,500 straight up. It's probably more now, but they want $2,500 retainer fee. If you paid the $2,500 retainer fee, are you done? Or will you withdraw that? Would you count that $2,500 as a loss and say, I want my marriage, let's go to counseling? Are you done? Are you like, I didn't pay the money, we going through this thing, and if we get back together later, we just get back together later, but we didn't pay the money, we going through this thing? She said the last lady is probably how Robert feels. She felt like she could do better than her husband, and she was better than and more successful than him. You know what? I want to see if any damn men regret. Hold on. Let me just do this. Since I said, let me tell you men. Because I said a woman. All right. Let's see if any men out here. Okay, well, let's just hear what this guy has to say. It's 2 men I want to hear from.
Here's what men regret after divorce. Most men that our firm represents that have elected to file for divorce regret waiting as long as they did to complete the act. Research shows that most people have a precipitating event or some cause 5 years before the act of actually getting divorced that is the root cause of their decision to eventually file for divorce. Most men that decide to file for divorce do so after what's called the 5-year burn, where 5 years ago some event took place that was so impactful to the marriage or the dynamics at home that they knew that things would never be the same in their marriage. They go through a period of mourning and then a period of honeymoon or trying to reconcile events, but things just never seem the same. For men that are contemplating divorce, it's important to keep in mind that if you're in the middle of this 5-year burn, you may be in the eventual process of filing for your divorce.
Okay, well, let's see what this guy say. Men don't fear marriage, men fear divorce. Ooh, wait. Hold on. Why I can't hear him? Hold on.
Marriage, we run away from divorce. You don't understand that a lot of men, we don't really run away from marriage. We run away from divorce. That's a fact. We're not running away from marriage. But you gotta understand, if I found out what marriage is, it's like, I love my girl to death, but you need to tell me if I make one mistake, they can ruin me for the rest of my life on one mistake. If she make a mistake, it's cool. She make a mistake, divorce is she just go on my life. I make a mistake that can cost me for the rest of my day. One day I want to make my girl that happy because it's truly for her. Yeah. And I'm man enough to say men don't look into, and it's coming from somebody whose parents been married. I'm 35. My parents been married since I was 5. Right. So this coming from a married whole couple. I don't. It's just what they done made it to be now. It's like, okay, I see married people. It's really a money game now. It's like I get married. There's no benefits for me. There's no benefits for me but to make her happy. So now I get married. Okay, cool. Now as a man or however I am, I haven't made no mistake with my girl for 8 years. Never got no Texas, no can't hurt a woman, no woman can't hurt a woman. I'm not on camera, I'm not doing nothing. I done did it my thing. You know what I'm saying? So you mean tell me if I slip up, I do something else, and she just feel like she don't want to give me a chance, she could possibly take half of what I own.
Mm. Well, what y'all think about that, baby? What y'all think about them saying men don't run from marriage, they run from divorce? They're scared that if they made one mistake, the woman is out of there. What do y'all think about that? Men not wanting to really commit because they're scared of a divorce. What do y'all think about that? How many of you guys are in a relationship where your man is hesitant to marry you because he's scared of a divorce? I'm trying to see if while y'all answer that, I'm trying to see if I see any other man speaking on it. Let me see. I don't see, let me see more results. It ain't too many men. Well, here go one. Let's see what he got to say. Hold on, let me see what y'all said in the comments first. She said, yes, heard it many times. I have 3 grown sons. That's an excuse to get a prenup. They're saying in the chat that he gave RH a shout out. Oh, Capri Taylor, who is that? I left my narcissist ex. He gave me hell. Took me 3 years to get it. He will hide in the fields across the street from my house, stalking me in the fields with his camouflage. Are you for real? That sounds scary as hell. He literally hid in the field with camouflage on across the street from your house. Oh my God, girl. Oh, child, that's scary, actually. Let's see what this guy says. He's about to answer. Is it worth getting divorced at the age of 50? Let's go, y'all. Let's go. At the age of 50, is it worth it?
Is it worth getting divorced over age 50?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess we would call this gray divorce, right? We actually get this as frequently, if not more frequently than any other age group. And I think in large part because once the kids are out of the house, now it's just you and your spouse. And I think all the little issues that you were able to overlook for the past, 30 years, they've become big issues now. You just can't overlook it anymore. People now are living into, well into their 80s. When you're 50, you look at it like you've got 30 more years, you got 25 more years to be happy. And if you're not happy, get out.
Well, damn. Hey, he said yes, it is possible to be happy after 50 by throwing the damn deuces, okay? Let me see. That's him. Is women who are okay. Dealing with okay, I know that guy. Let's see what she's saying. I'm trying to get another man's point of view. The men is mainly saying, shit, get out, get out, get out. So it don't look like the men regrets. Okay, let's hear what he got to say. It says when the wife, oh no, this looks like it's some show. No, I'm not gonna do that one. Hold on. Yeah, it's not too many men that came on here and said anything about being regretful. It's just women. So I don't know, y'all. Maybe we only know one man or two on the internet. Ooh, let's listen to this one right here. Let's listen to this guy. Hold on. Let's see what he got to say.
I have never met a divorced man who said it was his fault. Like, well, actually, it was my fault. Anyway, I have never met any, speaking me, I never met any divorced man who said it was his fault. Not the good. Do you?
So he said he ain't never met a divorced man that has said it was his fault. So I guess every divorced man blame it on the woman. Have y'all ever met a divorced man that said it was his fault? All right, let's see what she got to say. All the women has come forward crying, but the men are not. The men don't care, y'all.
Really, it happens every day. I need to share a quick frustration of my day today. Really, it happens every day. Just got off of work. I'm heading to job number 2. A waitress this morning. My awareness necklace every day says mama. My dad gifted it to me as a push present when I gave birth. It had my whole world. It stung like crazy when I'm away from them. Anyways, I always have people ask me about it, and they say, "How many kids do you have?" And you look so young. And when I tell them I have 2 and one's 2 months old, they're like, "Wow!" And you're already back to work waitressing. And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they usually make some kind of comment that requires me to respond, like, "Why are you working?" Or they say, "Why so soon back to work? Don't you want to be home with your baby?" And it takes everything in me not to burst into tears. So if you are that person, don't ask that. Because you just don't know. I don't want to be at work. I don't want to work one job, not just 2. Not because I'm not willing to work for a living, but because I just hate any work for my kids. And then they say, "What does your husband do?" And I say, "Doesn't matter." So if you don't know, maybe just don't ask. But sus.
Well, damn. So basically, sounds like she mad because she divorced her husband. She has small children. She has to be away from her kids and work 2 jobs. Okay. So basically, she's mad and she's saying, basically, don't ask people, why do you have to work? Don't you want to be at home with your kids? Of course, she wants to be at home with her kids, but she can't because she has to afford a living for them. Okay. So anyway, she regret not being able to stay at home and just be a mommy. He took all of her money. I filed for the divorce. I know that young lady got married, and when she came home from my way reception, he had another female in the bed on her wedding night. She owns her own. Who are y'all talking about? Is this a real person? What young lady you're talking about? So y'all do believe that? Okay. What are y'all talking about? She said, "Do you believe that some men will stay until the kids are grown to leave due to child support?" Yes, I do. I know for a fact, I know a couple that happened to. But he filed for a divorce. She signed, was willing to give him a divorce. But when he found out that she had somebody else, now he doesn't want to sign the paperwork. I know firsthand about something like that. I have a friend that's going through that right now, baby. He does not want to sign after he didn't file because she done moved on already. Hey, more girl in chat. I will have to rewatch the live this evening. Just wanted to come in live and send some love. Thank you, baby. So anyway, we about to close out. This one right here basically was about regretting leaving a relationship, whether you filed for a divorce or you left the relationship, if it was just boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. And now you are regretting your decision and having to sit there and deal with it, even if it hurts you to your core. Okay. You still have to learn to pick up the pieces and move on, baby. It is a life, honey. It does not stop. Continue to move forward. There's a lot of people out there like you, honey, mad, lonely, depressed, or whatever, because they done left the relationship prematurely, honey. She said, how do you feel about men who does that? Stay until the child is 21? 18? So they want to pay child support? How do I feel? Well, let me just say it like this, Robbie. No matter if he stay married to you because or until the child is 18, there are signs that he's doing it, right? There's signs that he don't love you. There's signs that he don't want to be there. There's signs. Now, if you just roll with the punches and stay in that relationship, even though you see all the writing on the wall that this man really don't want to be in a relationship, then you put yourself in that situation because you still can leave. You don't have to wait until the child, or just talk to him about it. I would be straight up. Listen, let's have a conversation because it seemed like you just checking the block right now. Do you not want to be in this relationship? You just checking the block. Are you just checking the block until our kids get grown? Is that what it is? Because let's come up with an agreement, and you guys might work it out. Hey, when Bobby turned 18, I'm out. Okay, so you can already start looking for you another Bobby Senior. You know what I mean? But there's going to be signs. It's not just he's just gonna be loving toward you, and then all of a sudden, when the child turned 18 and he no longer has to pay child support, all of a sudden he's gonna switch and change. That's just not how it works. He's gonna show you signs, things are gonna already be off, y'all gonna be arguing about things and all that stuff or whatever. So I would just have an adult conversation. Are we staying together for the sake of the kids? Because guess what? You may agree with it. You as the woman might say, okay, you know what? Let's just do what we got to do. Stay together for the sake of the kids. And then after the kids, we'll just go our own separate way. She said, Robbie's selfish because he doesn't want to financially support, nor does he care about the mental or emotional abuse he's taking the kids through by staying, and him and his wife are miserable. But if y'all both agree that that's what y'all doing, you know what I mean? But what if he doesn't show signs of? I don't think a man is going to be with you for 20 years and not show signs that he don't want to be there if he really don't want to be there. There's signs to know if your man is not into you. We'll talk about that one day. Signs that he is definitely not into you. Okay? She said, when is the next live? I'm going to come back later, but it's not going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about something else. Okay? But I'm going to come back later. I'm going to go ahead and hop off so I can give other people, clear the air to let other people come on live or whatever. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So it'll be a little bit later today. But let me give y'all shout outs right quick, and I'm going to go ahead and peel off because I do want to get my walk in today with Jay. And I will come back later after. I'm pretty sure the internet sister's coming live. Great room. Ashley, Sean, I think TC and them already went live. I'm not sure if Neo is going live. She said, I love our girl talks. Oh, yeah, we can have more girl talks too. She said, who's going live? I'm not sure who's going. Let me see. Do anybody know who's going live next? Y'all be knowing. Y'all be telling me. Let me see. I'm not sure. Let me see. I don't see any scheduled for. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's not until the 3rd. And then. Oh, it looked like Break Room Monster Mouth Phone. Yikes. It looked like Break Room just got off live. I didn't even know Break Room was live. We gotta get on the schedule because I need to not get on the schedule, but I just want to know where she's going so I don't miss it. I'm not sure. She said, I have a good friend that is living in misery right now. Ooh, Break Room live just ended. I didn't even know Break Room was on live. said woke is live. Oh, what you call it? Brianna First Baby Daddy live? I ain't really been on Facebook that much. Let me see what Woken is talking about, y'all. If y'all don't mind. Hold on. Let's be nosy. Woken.
You good?
Oh, he's live with the kids. But they driving in a car.
Come on, all praise to the Most High, man. Come on, the Most High, man. He will.
He got a bad
Like he will be that water that's.
It looked like Josh back there asleep. So he live teaching his child about the Bible. Okay, I guess that's his way of saying that's what you're gonna hear me do when I come online. I'm gonna teach my child the Bible and I'm gonna let you just shoot birds in front of yours. I guess that's what I guess that's what he trying to say. I'm not sure. She said, yes, he did a lot with the kids. Yeah, I see it. She said, Neo is going live in 15 minutes. Okay, Neo is going live in 15 minutes, you guys. All right, so let me give y'all a big shout out so we can get up off of here. And I said I'll come back a little bit later, okay? So thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Tawana. Thank you, Tinker Bell. Thank you, Dion, Cheryl, Kelly, Binkity Bink Bink, Media Takeout. That's Jared, you guys. Thank you, Carla. Thank you, Tinkers again. Thank you, Bonita and Nisi. Thank you, Rachel. And Tinkers again. Oh my God, Tinkers, Tawana. And Tinkers again. Tinker said, shoot, you're going to make this go. And Yasmin, thank y'all so very much. Okay. She said he challenged RH to teach Momo the Bible. He did. He challenged him that. When? Did he say it or did he write it? Lord, hold on. All right. So he says, so I'm getting tagged about these people, about this, and people are concerned about you, RH. They find it concerning that you want to see a video of another grown man shopping for their kids. What's your point? We don't boast like you do. LOL. Man, at this point, just stop it. You're almost 60 years old. Everything doesn't have to be put on social media. But your ex would clearly tell you, I do my part. Even though I don't have to explain anything to you, but you and your weird fans are very disturbing. But I have a challenge for you as a man. Teach your daughter about the Bible, what really matters, how to love God properly. We don't want to see pictures of what celebrities you think this is. We don't want to see how much jewelry you wear costs, how much jewelry that you wear costs. And we don't want to see that you dream about Tupac. Your words, I'm only accepting videos, you reading the Bible to both of them. Repent, keep the commandments of God. And you know what? It's funny that he said the both of them. He want to see the truth. So the truth challenged him to take the kids shopping. And he challenged the truth to read the Bible to Momo and Desharia. Shots fired, shots fired, shots fired. And then he said 2 Corinthians 2:17, but let the one who boasts boast in the Lord. Oh. All right, y'all. So thank you, Rhonda. So yeah, and Woken is like 30-something years old. So he's letting a man much younger than him teach him, baby. Teach him. And then listen, look at all the likes. He get more likes than damn he get more likes than Robert. Damn, he got more action than Robert, y'all. She said Woken never leaves out the chariot. Anyway, let me get off because I don't want to turn this live nasty, okay? I want this live to stay where it's at. So I'm about to hop off. I love y'all. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to ask. How do y'all like the new intro? Well, it's kind of the same, but you know, it got the countdown. Y'all like that or no? Do y'all like that the countdown is on? Tell you how long you have to get in here? Let me know before we hop off this live. Did y'all even notice it? Or y'all just turned it on and said, okay, I know it's 5 minutes. Let me just go back at the 5-minute part. She said, I didn't see it. Okay. All right, not a problem. Anyway, she said, I didn't catch it. Okay, no worries. She said, Amoira, Dawn said that Sharia lives with Robert. Where did she say that? What? She said that Sharia lives with Robert. Oh, honey, we ain't gonna mess this live up. We're gonna have to come back for this tea, okay, or whatever. Let's talk about this on the next live, baby, a little bit later tonight. We don't want to mess this live up. I do not want to mess this live up, but we will address that on the next live because I gotta go find out some things then, okay? Oh, wait a minute. Somebody said she did not say that. Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. She didn't say that. Oh, well. Somebody's saying that she didn't say that, Charmaine. Dawn didn't say that. I was there. Oh, okay. 2 people said she did not say that. Okay, they saying she didn't say it, Charmaine. She said, what time you coming live? I gotta ask, okay, that's the 3rd person that said she ain't said. So I gotta ask Internet Sister and them what time they going live, but I'm probably gonna come back, depending on how long the Internet Sister is on, I'll probably come back around maybe 10:30, 11 maybe, if she's off by then, or 12. Someone in her chat said, and Dawn said when. Oh, okay. So somebody in her chat said, yeah, I know that Shari ain't going to live with that man. I don't think that she liked the way he fathers. She did say that, but I think she was reading someone's comment. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I love y'all. Talk to y'all later. Thank y'all so very. Oh, wait a minute. Before we leave, I'm sorry. We need, let me see where we are. Well, we need a lot. Good Lord. Hold on. Give me a second. So we need about, I don't know, about a dozen more people to sign up for this raffle. I just dropped it. It's $25 entry, and I'm gonna put it in the sisterhood group just in case you guys are not seeing it. So about 24, 25. About a dozen more, 12 more to enter that one, and then we need about 10 more to enter this one. Let me drop this one. So we're gonna try it another week for the raffle. One is 25 and one is 35 to enter. Okay. She said, more, did you ask Jenny if she's going live? I didn't ask her, but I'm pretty sure she is. I seen her commenting earlier, but I will when I get off. But she probably is gonna go live, but not right now. She's not gonna go live right now. She said Kevin is misleading his minions again. What do you mean by misleading? Well, y'all come back later and tell me about that, okay? Or send it in my inbox. Because I don't want to mess this live up, you guys. We've been, pretty positive on this one right here, okay? All right, I love y'all. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.
Because they can't make $1 without mentioning down one of our names. Jay! She kept talking about that family.
Hoes over there.
She kept talking about that family. 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 She kept talking about that